Boom shakalaka, what's going on, guys? Randall here from Crypto Love, and welcome to another news episode. It is Monday, May 14th, 2018, the beginning of Blockchain Week. Consensus starts today, big day in New York City for all of that, 7,000 some people. Oh, it's going to be a party there. We have news today. We're going to go over what happened this weekend, what's coming up, some interesting stuff, including is the market cap going to explode after consensus? But before we do, thank you to everyone subscribing. Thank you to everyone nuking that like button. And guys, if you want to find out how to win one of these 6 shirts, all you have to do is comment on this video or all of my other videos to enter for your chance to win, where I give away a shirt for free at the end of every news episode. Now let's get started. Well, guys, the market cap is back up over $400 billion. It dropped down to about $385 billion over the weekend, end of last week. But it's starting to pick back up, potentially could keep picking up after that. Bitcoin dominance dropping from 37% to 36.7%. And Bitcoin right now saw some lows this weekend. It saw some pretty lows. It was sad. Okay, that little Bitcoin roller coaster guy was just going, boo! Mr. Bean, he was just like, ugh! But Bitcoin's price right now, approaching $9,000, is at $87.88. Ethereum back over 700 to 732. Ripple's still down at 74 cents. And the top 10, really not that many big gainers, all around 1 to 2% for the day. But if we take a look, Bitcoin's price is up. Now they're up. They had some issues when they got listed on Binance. All of a sudden the price shot up, and then there was issues with handling all the transactions on the blockchain, so the price shot back. Well, it didn't shoot back down, but it was just stuck for a while. I think they've cleared that up. It was at 3 cents at one point. It's come back down. It's at 1 cent right now. But if we take a look at the other big gainers for the day, we have Kin. We also have Zcash. So Kin has announced that they are likely going to be forking the Stellar blockchain. Pretty interesting. Aims to be one of the most used cryptocurrencies in instant messaging. So it's not easy to send instant messages with cryptocurrencies. Kin aims to solve that problem, forking the Stellar blockchain to do so. So I think that the news about that definitely could be responsible for some of the price spike in Kin. Now Zcash had a little bit of a price jump. Zcash is, a fork of Bitcoin from a long time ago. And what it does privacy, well, guess what? Gemini Exchange, the Winklevoss twins exchange, is now the world's first licensed Zcash exchange. So that's pretty exciting. They've actually got, they're the first licensed exchange of the world from the New York State Department of Financial Services. First ever, so congratulations. Now, if we take a look, oh come on, not on a live stream. I don't even know. All right, well, I guess maybe we'll reload the page, see if that works. Because all these stupid pop-ups are just a pain. All right, I guess we're not going to look at those technical analysis things, but I'll just tell you about them. So anyways, Bitcoin price is back down. We are right now sitting between the 50 and 100-day moving average. All right, maybe I'll put those on there so you guys can see. It's pretty interesting. And yeah, so we're sitting right between that. Also, the MACD still after a bearish cross. Haven't had the bullish cross coming up, but we see the MACD starting to turn around. The signal line is still aiming down, but we might see some coming up. The histograms are getting a bit smaller. So that stuff I'll share with you tomorrow when I figure out why this thing isn't working. And then on to the news. The news today. So Blockchain Week in New York City could bring billions into the crypto market. 7,000 people in New York City all talking about cryptocurrencies, and it's definitely going to bring a lot of people there. Now, not everyone's going to be attending. I'm not attending for the same reason Vitalik is not attending, because the conference costs $2,000 to $3,000 to attend. I refuse to personally contribute to that level of rent seeking. Yeah, well, maybe. But is a $1 trillion market cap possible? I think it most certainly is possible. If we take a look at previous years, so during 2017, the crypto market experienced a 27% gain in overall market cap value. This was a major leap compared with 2016, where they only had 2.7% in the same amount over consensus. Does that mean if it was 2.7 in 2016 and 27 in 2017, does that mean 270% in 2018? That's my question. And if so, we might have a $1.3 trillion market cap. Now, this is a very interesting thing that I found. Maybe I'll link to it down in the description. But John McAfee, okay, so he recently said that Bitcoin Private will replace Monero on the dark web. He supports Bitcoin Private over Monero. And he noted that Bitcoin Private is his favorite Bitcoin fork. So thank goodness Bcash is not his favorite Bitcoin fork. I respect him a little bit more for that. He dismissed those who call it a scam, says there's some serious technology behind it. Now people are curious because he's been known to promote cryptocurrencies for money, as he did for $105,000 per tweet, as he did previously for Verge. But this chart here, which I was just talking about, somebody put this together that tracks to see if Bitcoin is on track to reach $1 million by 2021, the end of 2020. Now, it's a straight line here, but actually this is logarithmic, so this is actually exponential growth, because if we take a look at the past year, boom, we have the exponential growth. And you know what? Bitcoin is pretty much on track for John McAfee not to have to suck his own D. But, you know, where does that put us? If you know, Bitcoin had the same price now, we would want it to double for a $1 trillion market cap. All right. So in order for that to happen, according to this chart, it would happen sometime around October. But very fun chart to play with there. Now, other news regarding Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Tim Draper says it's the most secure place to put your money. Now, Tim Draper's been talking a lot about Bitcoin, probably because he has a lot of money in Bitcoin. But he says it's better than fiat, it's more secure, it's decentralized, it's more effective, more useful, global, and open to everyone. It banks the unbanked. Because he says right now banks are being attacked all the time. No one has ever hacked the Bitcoin blockchain. Interesting. A lot of people try. There's a lot of money on there. There's a huge freaking reward for someone to hack the Bitcoin blockchain. How big of a reward, you might ask? Well, how about $150 billion reward for someone to hack the Bitcoin blockchain? But nobody's done it. Now, he further goes on to say that if part of your fortune is put in Bitcoin, you're not going to lose your fortune. Very cool. However, conversely, Steve Eisman from The Big Short, I watched that movie, good movie, he says, I don't see the purpose of it. Specifically, he says, I don't see the purpose of it. What value does cryptocurrency actually add? No one's been able to answer that for me. Steve Eisman, this is for you. I'm going to answer the question for you right now. Basically, what Bitcoin is going to do is it is going to do for currency what the internet did for communication. Going to make it free and open to everyone, so that way anyone who wants to add value can create a currency and can create value, add it to the world. So Eisman said he has no interest in investing in the space. Too bad for him. He might lose out on that one. But, you know, I think he did pretty well from shorting all the real estate stuff back in 2018. So he's probably all set. Now, this news I just saw. Now, last week we were talking about Goldman Sachs thinking about getting into Bitcoin. Okay, well now apparently, I don't think it's actually official. They haven't, but according to Forbes, Goldman Sachs now opens Bitcoin to its institutional investors. So it's become the first regulated financial institution to afford clients the ability to trade Bitcoin futures via one of its New York desks, according to Forbes. Very nice. So that's good news, because, you know, institutional money is going to make the value go up. And right now, especially right now that we have Blockchain Week in New York City, where Goldman Sachs has its headquarters, a lot of people interested in Bitcoin there. There's going to be a lot of interest. Other big banks, okay, HSBC and ING, they conducted the world's first blockchain-powered trade finance transaction. Very difficult thing to say. Via distributed ledger technology, which is more popularly known as blockchain. You guys might have heard of that. All right. Now, the bank tweeted that it's collaborating with ING for the transaction used the Corda blockchain of distributed ledger technology, or blockchain developer R3. The two banks employ the technology for the finance of trade of soya beans, which were shipped from Argentina to Malaysia. So, very cool. Banks getting involved with blockchain as well. And then eventually blockchain will take over banks. My brother and I were just riding our scooters around Florida, and we were thinking, man, look at all these banks on the corners. Going to be crazy in like 10 years when they're not there. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Now, blockchain will drive the next industrial revolution, but I think it's going to be better than the industrial revolution because it's not going to like destroy stuff and pollution and all of that. But it's a huge economic growth driver because when you think about it from an enterprise perspective, it has the ability to replace reconciliation, which is expensive and drives office time, paperwork, but also companies can now have more efficient supply chains. We talk about a lot of different supply chain solutions out there with different blockchains, and they can cut their back and middle office costs. That'll allow businesses to flow more efficiently and will allow costs to be cut, thus passing the savings along. All right, so again, I tend to think we're in somewhat of the beginning of the blockchain. I mean, people know about it, but still, it's very early on. This could change the world. The world. Now, in that same article, they went on to mention that Bank of America has already filed 45 crypto-related patents. So they're trying to get their hands in it as soon as they can. And answering Steve Eisman from earlier, cryptocurrencies are the fuel that powers a new form of technology infrastructure that is being built on top of the foundational internet protocols. The great thing about blockchain is that it's a protocol. Okay, that means anyone who can build anything they want to on top of it, and it's gonna rock. Now, more banks. A lot of talk about banks today. I think this is the most I've ever talked about banks on a cryptocurrency thing. But the Central Bank of Australia CFO, Chief Financial Officer, quit his job there for a job with EOS. Go figure. He says, F the banks, they're going down like the Titanic. I'm hopping on EOS. Smart move on his job. All right. Furthermore, Goldman Sachs, who just recently joined with cryptocurrencies, well, their VP, Chris Matta, just quit only days after earning the promotion to vice president for the sake of cryptocurrency. He saw it as a calculated risk, okay? You can't have gains if you don't have risks. Well, they called the CEO of his organization and he said, basically, are you crazy? Do you realize the risk you're taking here? You're giving up your bonus. I mean, it's hard to get to VP of a huge bank like Goldman Sachs, but he said, F that, I'm going to start my own cryptocurrency and asset management fund called Crescent Crypto Asset Management. So that's what he's into. That's what he's doing. Good luck to him, because I think cryptos are better than banks, but that's just me. Also in the news, this is for you guys, because I want to add value to your guys' lives. I want to make your lives better. So if you have a job that you hate, if you don't like going to work, if you're not making enough money, if, you just can't stand going to work, well, this is for you. So, news article, 5,000 developers in India ready to work on crypto projects. Yeah, that's cool, but that's not what's for you. Check it, okay? So, in terms of blockchain developers, its growth exceeded 2,000% for 3 quarters in a row on Upwork.com. In Q1, it experienced more than 6,000% year-over-year growth, making it the fastest growing skill out there of more than 5,000 skills on the site. And guess what? You can learn it. And guess what? You don't have to go to school for it. Guess what? You can't even go to school for it because they don't have blockchain developer courses at school. You can teach yourself. And you can make like $200,000 a month as a blockchain developer. You basically just need to have a few skills: data science, algorithms, cryptography. Teach yourself a programming language. Teach yourself Solidity. I'm learning Solidity too, so that I can have this on my back burner skills. But this is the best way. Like, if you hate your job, freaking do this stuff. Spend a half hour a day. Spend an hour a day. In a year, you'll be crushing it. There's like at least 14 jobs for every one blockchain developer. They're just rolling in the money. They can't find enough blockchain developers. You could be one. So I thought that article was helpful for you guys. Hopefully, my enthusiasm, maybe that was helpful too. Now, apparently, the NSA won't reveal whether they created Bitcoin, saying it's classified. Yeah, so for someone, unidentified individuals who asked them for any and all records pertaining to NSA's involvement in Bitcoin, either as a consultant or pertaining to the research involved in its creation. And the NSA said, it's classified. All right, they said, suck it. You can't have that information. But technically, it's a bit more complicated because the NSA is somewhat related to Bitcoin in as far as it pertains to the cryptography it uses. Because cryptography was used in war, decryption, spying, all this stuff. Well, they're involved in that. They can't release it. They say it's classified. Are they? Did they invent Bitcoin? Probably not. However, they say they know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. Interesting, based on a whole bunch of different stuff, but they're not releasing who it is. That was a report earlier, I think on like Newsweek or something. So, but probably not the NSA. Probably not. Now, here's some news, worldwide news about what's going on with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Well, the Reserve Bank in Zimbabwe bans the country's only monetary hope, Bitcoin. Apparently, the citizens in Zimbabwe were in for grave shock when on May 11th, I think that was Friday, the country's central bank placed a blanket ban on the possession, trading, and transfer of Bitcoin. Now, the central bank, the monetary authority, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe, is the custodian of public trust and has an obligation to safeguard the integrity of payment systems, which, I don't know if you guys have read 1984, but that's like complete doublespeak. Complete bullshit, because everybody knows in the world that Zimbabwe's dollars are worthless, and they just get more and more worthless because they just keep printing more. So how on earth is the Reserve Bank the custodian of public trust? How on earth does it do that stuff? Complete bullshit. So, anyways, they ban it. Do I think that's going to stop people from using Bitcoin? No. Why not? Because in Pakistan, the central bank there, they can't ban crypto. Apparently, the crypto ban in Pakistan is proving to be not as effective as expected. In April, they issued a circular on the prohibition of dealing in virtual currencies. Well, just after they did that, check out the spike on people using local Bitcoins. So the chart for the weekly local Bitcoins volume shows the price spiked after release of the circular. Yeah, go figure, right? Also, basically, here's the summary for all of you guys. The government of Pakistan, also substitute any other government you want out there, Zimbabwe, United States, China, whoever the hell you want, can't stop the trade of an international commodity that is accepted in other countries. Drop the mic. Cool. So guys, this week, interesting week, saw this article on the Ontology subreddit, just figured I'd bring it to you guys just because it is some interesting advice for this week. I mean, could have been more helpful on Friday probably, but currently the whole market is preparing entry points for large VC capital that is about to enter next week after Tuesday. So, what happens? Well, large short traders usually deploy FUD to help bring the price down. So what to expect? A large amount of FUD. Okay, expect it. It's going to happen. What you should do not make rash trading decisions. And final advice, just try and stay away from checking prices until next Wednesday. All right, does it really matter? No. But other news, last news for the day, and then we'll get on to the shirt giveaway. Guys, Q-Link just rebranded to QLC Chain. They just announced that today, so that's pretty exciting. And actually, if you stick around till the 5 o'clock episode today, I will be interviewing Susan Zhao, the COO of formerly Q-Link, now QLC Chain, to talk about this. So keep an eye out for that. Now, for those of you who want to win one of these 6 shirts, remember, all you have to do is comment on these videos, not on the live chat, but on the actual video, because the comment gets counted, either on these videos or the videos I post at 5 p.m. daily, every day. Okay? So you could win one of these shirts. I send it to you free of charge. Now, there was the video I posted yesterday, and then the one that I posted Saturday, and then there were 2 on Friday. So there's actually 4 videos that it could potentially be. So random number between 0 and 4. Let's see. Number 2. So that is the live stream with Crypto Beatles and me. That was fun. Well, let's see. We need to go get the URL for that, and then somebody wins it. Let's see who the winner is. Big money, no whammies. No whammies. You guys can still comment in the live chat here, but I'm not going to be. Just because the noon videos are just like news, I do a live stream on Tuesdays for you guys who want to. Oh, wow. Somebody has a 1 in 25 chance of winning. Who's it going to be? Ooh, lucky person. Chris Lee. I second this. Thumbs up. Well, Chris Lee, you won yourself a Crypto Love shirt. I'm going to comment on your comment and let you know you won. You need to email me. Let me know your size and address, and I will send it to you. So, guys, that is it. Happy Consensus Week. Happy Blockchain Week. Yeah, turns out I will actually be up in New York City on Thursday night for the Crypto Influence Summit. Just for that thing, but then I'll be back here. I'm just going for a very, very short period of time. But I will catch you guys later. 5 p.m. episode today, interview with Susan Zhao from QLink. Make sure you check that out. And then I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for nuking the shit out of the like or don't like button. I love you guys anyways. Have a good one. Peace.